I'm Fiona Rice. I'm a former partner of Linklater's banking department, and I'm the current project director of the Women in Law programme at Cambridge Judge Business School. I think there's many reasons for the underrepresentation of women in law firms at senior levels. I think it's partly the sort of day-to-day aspects, that there's this concept of the double burden for women, the pace of life as a senior lawyer plus the domestic responsibilities that they often carry. There's also the phrase that I think McKinsey's have coined of anywhere, anytime, where the perception is that the role is incredibly geographically mobile and incredibly demanding on a time basis. I think there are other aspects as well. There are some of the issues of, are women leaning in, as Sheryl Sandberg would say to us? Are they actually stepping up to the plate enough? It's more recent that the law firms have really stepped up to the plate on this and really recognised that there is a problem. I think, again, for lots of different reasons. It's been rumbling away for a long time. The law firms have known that there's a problem. They know that more than 50% of people coming out of law school, coming into the legal profession generally are women, and yet at the top levels we have far fewer women than we do men. So it's not something that people haven't been aware of, but I think now far more people have decided that actually something active needs to be done, and that large number of women coming into the profession actually isn't going to necessarily fill the gap at the senior level. There are other law firms out there now and other models of law firms. We've got the virtual law firms coming. So actually there is quite a lot of comparison now for the more traditional partnership structure, where women actually might be tempted to look elsewhere because of the flexibility that they afford. So there's lots of healthy competition now encouraging the law firms to look at this seriously. Our programme fits in with this because we are very much responding to what we've been hearing from the law firms and our friends in all of the law firms, who know that one of the ways of helping to support women in senior positions is in leadership and development programmes. And actually one of the things that came out of recent McKinsey research is that the two most important factors from a gender diversity perspective are top management commitment, but also specific training and development programmes for the women involved. So actually that's what we're doing. We're looking to address one of the huge needs that the law firms are finding that they face, and actually to come up with something very positive to support the law firms and what they're trying to do. The programme also addresses leadership specifically. So it's looking at the fact very often partners face a real problem in they're torn in many different directions. They're trying to do the day job, they're focusing on business development, they're focusing on leadership, they've got teams to bring up. They're trying to be role models and sponsors and mentors and managers all at the same time, whilst also actually one of the things that is often discussed is that women in senior positions also need their own mentors, also need their own sponsors. So the programme is also looking at that, supporting the women in their role as far as being the role models for the future generations, but actually specifically supporting the women in the now for them and helping them in their leadership, but also from a strategic perspective. There's many different aspects to being a partner, and understanding the strategy, the talent management, the manager leadership issues, coaching. There's lots of different aspects. Business development is another of the huge challenges for women in senior positions. We've got various people involved in the delivery in the programme. I'm the programme director. I'm doing some of the sessions. We've also got leading academics from Cambridge University, and we've also got various experts in the field from law firm perspective, leadership strategy perspective. We've decided to cap the class size. We're limiting the programme to 26 people at a time because we want to make sure that we keep the group size at a size where it's optimum for the learning environment. So we can actually have a huge amount of interaction between the delegates without it getting in the way of the learning that we're trying to achieve, and the interaction, the class interaction, and also the breakout sessions, the case study discussions, all of that. It's quite important to keep the size of the group quite small. We feel that actually providing the 3.5 days here within Cambridge is a very important part of the programme. We feel that the programme actually is very complementary to whatever the firms are doing internally themselves, but also is there for firms who actually don't necessarily have the capacity to have their own programmes within the firm. And the 3.5 days helps the partners, the directors, these women at very senior level, take them out of the working environment, puts them into a place where they're supported, they have space, and they have the support in place here to help them focus on all of those really important issues that we've talked about, the leadership, the management, strategy, all of the very important gender diverse issues that are coming up.